Hello, all you Conan Exile fans out there. It's Granny Gamester here with another beginner's guide to Conan Exiles. Now, I am playing on the PlayStation 4 single player. And in today's guide, we're going to talk about how to grow a garden and why you should do this early game. So, yeah, let's get right to it. Now, this is what you're going to need. You're going to need some crude planters. You're going to need a compost heap. And you're going to need a dryer rack. So you can find these, of course, in your feeds. So let's go there and let's scroll over to Survivalist. And then we want to scroll all the way down to Peasant. And under Peasant, you can see at level 18, you can make the crude planter and the compost heap. Then you're going to need your dryer, which will be under Primitive Cook. And we'll scroll over and you can get that at level 19. So once you have all those, you're ready to get your garden started. So I have made a row here of all the plants that you will be able to get out in the wild. Now these planters are just decorative. You will be able to get these later on in your feats and make them at your artisan's bench. But I have set them out just so you can see what these plants will look like out in the wild. So I'm sure you've all seen the aloe plant already. That's along the New River anywhere. This is Azores Glory. Now this can be found in this green area here, anywhere in here. Now some of these plants can be found other places than what I'm telling you. I'm just showing you where I seem to find them the most plentiful. Now the desert bush, of course, you can find anywhere in the desert along the water and other places. And the false mandrake you can find again in all the green areas, you know, any areas like this in the jungle and then up in here, very plentiful. The same with the highland bush you can find in the green areas, and then hops and lemoning plants. My favorite spot to get those is right in here. Yeah, I can usually find quite a few of those there. And then, of course, this is the lupin. Again, you can find that in most of the green areas. And then the yellow lotus, which of course you're familiar with. That's along the New River. Very, very plentiful. And then there's the midnight blue. That is mainly for dyes. And you can find that plentiful right around this river's end, right in here. Yeah, any place in there. And then, of course, the orange Bicos you can find underwater, deep water. And then we have all our lotus plants. Now the lotus plants are a little harder to come by. Now the black lotus you can only find in one place in the jungle, and this is the black garden. Now in order to get in there, you need to have the sandstorm mask because it is poisonous. There is a noxious gas in there. It's very similar to the Shattered Springs. So yeah, make sure you bring your mask when you go after that. And then we have the purple lotus, which you can find in the swamps in the jungle. And then the gray lotus you can't find anywhere growing in the wild. No, the only place you're going to get this, you're going to find it in chests in the arena and a couple other dungeons. And they're going to look like this in the chests. And that's this right here, this gray lotus flower. If you find that in a chest, always pick it up. Always pick it up. And then again, the gray lotus seeds. The chest will sometimes give you the seeds as well as the plant. So yeah, pick those up anytime you see them. And then there is the golden lotus, which is found in the volcano up in this area. It's not that plentiful, but you can't miss it. It has glowing red flowers. It's really kind of pretty. And then the frost lotus you will find anywhere in here. I think this is like the most plentiful area that I found it, right in here. Yeah. So those are the lotus plants. So yeah, now that you have the plants, bring them home and throw them into your dryer. Now your dryer, of course, needs bark to run. So we are going to throw in some, I'm going to split some of these, see if they turn into seeds here. We're going to throw in some of the gray flower lupin. And let's see, then we're going to throw in the gray lotus flower and then the black lotus flower. And don't forget to hit your L2 to start this. And once you do, you can go over into your crafting side and you can see that now the black lotus seeds are being crafted, as well as the gray lotus, the hop seeds, and the lupin seeds. Yeah, very cool. This is a great way to get seeds because you do not always get seeds as a drop when you are harvesting these other plants. Once in a while you might, but it's not that often. So make sure you utilize your dryer. Then, of course, you want to make your compost because you cannot grow plants in here without compost. So, yeah, these compost piles are stackable. They're not very attractive. They don't fit very well, but it saves a lot of space if you don't have the luxury of a lot of space at your base. So let's open up the first one here. And to make basic compost, you are going to need bone meal. You're going to need plant fiber. And you're going to need some putrid meat. So we'll throw that in there. Now, I don't have enough putrid meat on me. I'm just going to have to quickly run back in here and get some. I apologize for that. But I do have a bigger compost pile in here. So we'll just grab some real quickly. Oh, no, Granny. No, don't you do that. You just want to grab some, that's all. Just loot it. All right. So again, let's drop in this. And now you can see in the cache, I am getting regular compost from that. Now, once you have that, you're going to need potent compost in order to grow any of the lotus plants. They will not grow in regular compost. So that is this yellow lotus as well as all of these lotus plants. Yeah, you're going to need potent compost, and how you get that is you need to put in a regular compost. We're going to split some of this here. You need to put in dung, which is a byproduct of any of the animal pens, or the horse pen. We're going to throw that in there. And then you need raw ash. Now, raw ash is going to be a little harder to come by. Yeah. Raw ash, early game, the best place to get that is in Supermaru. It's a rare, not a normal drop, but a rare drop in the chest that you loot in Supermaru. But you can get it there. So I would recommend doing that, because the only other place you're going to be able to get this is in the volcano by using your sickle on obsidian. Yeah, that's how you get raw ash. Now, there is a trail right up in this general area that you can go where there's obsidian along the path without going into the volcano itself. Yeah, you can get quite a bit of raw ash from doing that if you're able to get up in this area. Of course, this is going to be a little bit later in game for you to do this. So yeah, once you have those in there, as you can see in the cache down on the bottom, I am now crafting potent compost. Now you can see there is a difference between the look in these two. This one's a little bit lighter and that's a little bit darker. Yeah. So once you have your two different kinds of compost, now you're ready to plant. And grab your seeds if you have any made here, which I do. So we're going to grab these seeds. And then our first two planters, we're just going to put normal compost in. And we are going to throw in some aloe seeds in this one. And again, don't forget to hit your L2 to start this working. So as you look in the cache on the bottom, there are my aloe plants. And then in this one, we're going to throw in some regular compost. And let's see, what can we put in this one? Let's put some of the gray flower lupin, because this is a great horse. No, I mean the seeds, Granny, not the plant. There we go. This is a great food for horses. Yeah, for strength. It's like the best you can give them. So yeah, I like to use a lot of this. Keep this on hand, growing it for my horse to feed him. Yeah. So you'll want to do that. Now these next two, we're going to use the potent compost to grow our lotus plants. Now we're going to put the gray lotus seeds in this one. And then again, hit the L2, and you can see I'm getting the plants down on the bottom. Yeah, in the crafting section. In this one, we're going to throw in some more potent compost, and we are going to throw in the black lotus seeds, which again is another rare one to get. And there you go. There's your black lotus plant. Yeah. This is again, something that you want to start. You want to have your garden ready so that when you are out exploring and traveling and you come across these plants and you bring them home, you want to be able to plant these things and get them going, because later in the game, these are going to be very important for making elixirs and potions and dyes. Yeah. Yeah. So I highly recommend you get this going as soon as you can, especially even for aloe. If your main base is not where there are a lot of aloe plants, I highly recommend, yeah, you setting up a few of these with aloe plants so that you have a steady supply of healing potions. Yeah, exactly. So, all right, guys. Well, if you found this helpful, give me the big old like. And if you'd like to see more, just subscribe. And if you hit the little bell, you'll be notified when I post my next video. Now, I will put up on screen a link to my beginner's guide for Conan Exiles for you to take a look at if you should so wish. And yeah, again, until next time, GG out.